Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's April already. It's April. It just seems like the year is flying by. The clock is ticking now because this is the time when everything really starts happening, and everything in the allotment growing year is about timing, and no more so than at the end of March and beginning of April. It becomes a premier time, I suppose, for sowing seeds and getting crops in, whilst we're still preparing the land and we're still preparing some of the beds, because that often gets delayed when you've got bad weather. Now, I'm recording this on the day before Storm Dave in the UK here, which tomorrow has got a yellow weather warning. It's going to be a storm with lots of rain and high winds. And so we thought we'd come down to the plot and make sure that everything's secure, and we trying to finish off other jobs whilst we're here, and just maximising our time, because it's a very busy period. So today we're going to have a little look around the plot. I'm going to be deciding what to do, because I haven't made my mind up what exactly I'm going to be doing. Catherine's got a few jobs that she's going to be concentrating on, and we'll see how she is getting on with that. But before the storm, it's quite a nice sunny end to the day now. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening, and they put the clocks forward, so we've got an extra hour of light in the evening, which does help. It does help with gardening. So we're going to have a look around. I'm in the compost area at the moment, which is the old composting area. We're currently putting grass sods in, and making a bit of a mound, but we shouldn't be really making a mound, so we're going to have to sort this area out, this composting area. So yeah, I hope, by the way, you're enjoying the new format. It's a different format that we're concentrating on this year, and rather than us talking to camera and telling you how to do things and explaining what we're doing and stuff like that, we thought we'll just leave the camera rolling, and we'll put some banter in whenever it happens, and just give you more of an overview of allotment life and how the allotment progresses. And it's like the old way of doing things, you learn by watching. So hopefully we're not preaching at you, like seems to be a lot of YouTubers these days. They tend to preach. They tend to give all this stuff out and tell you, this is how you should do this and this is how you should do that. Well, you know what? There are a million ways to do something. There are a million ways to garden. And I was fascinated by a YouTube video it was that I watched about this Iron Age hill fort, and archaeologists came across it, and they excavated the earth, and they discovered that Iron Age man have been uprooting grass turving, like we call it, turving, and they've been flipping them over upside down, which is quite amazing, really, because that's what we do in gardening today when we want to get rid of grass things is to turn them upside down, and eventually after a couple of years the roots die and they won't grow back, and you can use that as compost. Now, archaeologists found this, and their conclusion was that they were turfing it, they were putting these grass sods upside down for spiritual and ceremonial use. It was a sick... Oh, you know what? They could have talked to an allotment here and they could have said, look, this is what they're doing. And it's an ancient way of doing... Gardening hasn't changed since the Iron Age. This basic gardening that we're doing now has been going on for hundreds of years, you know, even thousands of years, you know, at 8000 BC, they were doing the same thing. And it just, it made me chuckle, that did. Anyway, we're going to have a look around the plots, and you can come with us, and I'm going to leave the camera running at some times. We're going to do some time lapse. I don't know quite what we're doing today, but I'm sure we'll find out. So yeah, let's go and have a look. So I just thought I'd show you this bit here around the Vajayga raised bed, and what my intention is to cover this with some weed suppressant material. I've removed the grass here, by the way, because it just takes away, over the summer, it takes away that chore of having to cut the bloody thing, you know. So I'm going to put some weed suppressant on here, and I'm going to chip it. I'm going to put some chipping on there, and I'll do that in various places this year, I think, just to reduce the workload. So that's one job I'm going to be doing today. So I'm with Catherine now, and she's going to explain exactly what she's going to be doing today.
Am I? Well, we've already got potatoes in, haven't we? We got 4 rows of Vivaldi and Charlotte potatoes in when we were here on Wednesday.
Yeah.
These are from last year's Cara crop. So these are a main crop. They've been left in here. Yeah, we used all of them, and we got round to these that we'd left in the bag. So
that looks like a monster from outer space, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think we're going to get a row out of those at least.
So the idea is to cut them.
Well, yeah, it's good. I mean,
leaving the chits
the chits, yeah, and maybe go half down the centre there, and leave chits either side, and then we'll probably get a good size row or two.
I think we will.
Out of those, yeah, and we should get a secondary crop from them.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and you never waste anything in allotment gardening.
No, you don't need to. You're just very resourceful.
You just plant it and see what happens, and we don't know half the time what happens. You don't need to buy fancy seed potatoes. This is the Irish way of doing stuff, by the way, because in Ireland...
But that's good with my roots, though.
Yeah, but you know, the Irish would any potatoes left over from the previous year in storage, they would just plant.
Just plant?
Because
you get a secondary
nobody
crop,
ever paid for
they couldn't afford
potatoes.
It for one.
There's no such industry back then.
Well, didn't your grandma do the potato peelings?
Used to get potato peelings, put them in,
and
anything,
they would grow.
As long as the soil is rich and organic, lots of organic matter in there.
And they'd still chit it.
We've had crops with that, because we did an experiment one year to do that.
It's a nice looking one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
And so that's the kind of stuff that you do. And that's the kind of stuff we're going to do. So see you in a minute.
I'm going to go and get these in.
Yeah. So here in the greenhouse, you can see we've been emptying it. We've emptied it of some of the brassicas. We've got these to lift. These are snowball cabbage. So they've got to go outside. I may be able to do that today. Also here we've got some overwintering lettuce here, and this is endives, and we can actually move them perhaps outside, because they are cool loving crop. These are some we've cut back here, and we've still got some kale, and we've got some peas here as well, which we may actually leave the peas here to fruit. We can work around them until they've finished. I think we'll leave the peas there. So yeah, we're still in that process at the moment. You can see the temperature is fluctuating between 1.5 at night. It's 16 degrees now, but it's getting up to 30, so that's quite a heat, especially for brassicas, because if they get too much heat they will bolt and go to seed, which we don't want. So this bed here, the other day I squared this off, so I got rid of a lot of the couch grass around the side, and it's amazing how it creeps in actually and robs you of the land. You know, this bit here still needs doing, so we need to take the bed up to that point there at the end, so we need to reclaim all this area here. So we're still in the process of that. And here we've got this complete row of cauliflower, very important crop, and it's going to become more important this year because we all know about the war in Iran, and food prices are going to go skyrocketing through the roof. Now this is going to become an important thing. Vegetables and fresh produce are going to be absolutely eye-watering in price. So you better get your allotment and get growing stuff and make it as productive as possible for stuff that you're going to eat. And it's important that you grow stuff that you're going to eat. Here you can see overwintering broad beans there, but we've planted some here. You can just see them coming out now, and we've planted rows down here and here, so there's another 2 rows to come up here. You can see here chives. Now we can cut chives at this time of year, and you cut it like grass basically. So we have been cutting it, and it'll come up again. So we need to cut some of this today, possibly. One of the chores we've got on the plot is just topping up the ponds here. Marsh marigold is coming into flower at this time of year, like it does every year. And here another pond that needs topping up, and we've got some flag iris there that's coming up. You can just see the daffodils now. Well, they're going over, so it's a time when they go, you know, they're done. They've had a spectacular spring, and now it's time for the tulips to flower. As you can see, rhubarb is coming up nicely, and this has been moved, so that's going to flower. I'm just going to let it flower and do its own thing. I won't pick any stems off that this year. I'll just leave it to put down roots. We've got some rhubarb over there that we can pick. And I'll just go over here. Doing good. Catherine's been sorting out our strawberry bed here.
Still needs a bit more work on.
Yeah, it was full of dead foliage, but now you can see the plants coming through now, the individual plants, and we'll have to cover it this year because I think it got robbed out yet last year by squirrels. Yeah, we had lots of squirrels coming in. Yeah, well, it never used to happen years ago. We didn't have to cover them so much, but now the birds and the wildlife's discovered it, so we have to find out a way of
Once they discover it, it becomes a habit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it becomes like a larder to them.
Yeah.
We've got our new nets here, these nettings, for our Savoy cabbage. We discovered it's Savoy cabbage. And so they'll be growing away happily. They're looking very healthy.
They're looking great, aren't they?
Yep. And they were overwintered, so we'll get an early crop off these, and also in these beds here. These
Are they all Savoy there, Phil?
they're all Savoy.
Yeah.
Yep, they're all Savoy.
Snowball are over here, aren't they?
The snowball cauliflower over there. So Savoy lettuce, cabbage, and it's the crinkly cabbage, you know, the crinkly stuff. Yeah. Overwintering onions here. So early crop of onions, which reminds me that yesterday I sowed some more onions for a later crop this year. Now this is the curl frame here, where the lid has basically fallen apart. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take this lid off, I'm going to take it home, and I'm going to repair it, because although the corners have gone, the wood in this is quite sound, and so is the plastic on there. So I'm going to actually repair this, because I think it's worth repairing.
Phil? Magpie.
Oh yeah,
On the feeder there.
on the feeder.
We've got some more.
Yeah, we put in fat balls, and the birds have been loving them. Birds, magpies there. So here we've got shallots here, which is, let's have a look, yellow moon shallots in this bed here, which I noticed some of them have gone missing here, and that's because I think over winter a fox has got in here and they've taken the bulbs. They do sometimes take the bulbs if they're desperate for food, you know, so some of them have gone missing, but you know, we can't do much about that. Here we've got a mixture of garlic. I think these are garlic here, from the Isle of Wight Garlic Company. There's a rogue leek in there that needs to be harvested at some time. And these are onions. These are onions. We've even got, look at that, a daffodil. How did they get mixed in? I don't know. But anyway, so that's basically the plot as it stands. Communal chipping area. There's still some left. There we go. This is provided for by the council, city council, Liverpool City Council. All the trees that fell in the city, they chip it and give it to the allotments, and it comes in handy for spreading on paths or subduing weeds. It will naturally rot down. So, got our chip in. Now we've got some, it's cheap plastic weed repellent, and this weed repellent we've had in the shed for donkey's years basically, and it's plastic, but we can always remove it. As long as we know it's there, we can remove it at a future stage. But for a few years this has got little holes in it which will let the water drain through, but will stop the weeds from coming up, which is useful. It cuts out a lot of work during the growing season, and so we're going to put that here into this area here, but first I have to rake it smooth and then cut this up. So I need a pair of scissors and I need a little rake. Got a trusty rake, I've got a pair of scissors, set to go. Here we go. Kevin, how's it sit? Well, yeah.
Stop.
It's good.
Do you need any more?
No, if you can remove this plastic that's floating at the moment.
So you're not using these now, Phil?
Not at the moment.
Thank you.
Some more chipping. Whew. To buy bags of chipping costs you a fortune. That's why it's always better to ask your local council if they've got a depot where you can get chipping for paths and things like that, you know. If they have, I'm sure they wouldn't mind you taking it off their hands. Get it for free. That's what you should be doing on allotments. It's not about spending loads of money. Doing things as cheaply as possible. Just think about them Iron Age farmers. They had no B&Q, did they? They had to learn themselves by doing it. And that's the best way to learn how to garden, by doing it.
You want a hand with tip in it, Phil?
Hey?
You want a hand with tip in it?
Yeah. In a minute, let's get it a bit lighter.
You know, just bung it from here.
You know all about them Iron Age farmers, don't you, Cash?
I do.
'Cause
My family were one.
Yeah, I know. Your family is still part of the Iron Age culture.
Listen, keep an eye on those scissors there. Because it'll be the 4th time we get lost.
Yeah, and it'll be your fault.
Have you finished with them?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me get this on your way.
We'll be using them again sometime in the future if we can find them.
We can find them. God, you've been on a journey, these scissors, I tell you.
We keep using them all the time.
We ended up with the compost bin twice. At the back of the plot. 3rd time we got lost. God knows where you end up today.
You never know. So I'll just give that a quick. Oops, you didn't see that, did you? I didn't turn the camera around. I didn't turn the camera around so you can watch me just putting that other bag on. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm not leaving them near you because then we'll go for a walk.
So, 2 wheelbarrows of chipping. That should do the job for that area there. So like I said, Get your chipping for free if you can. Try your local council depot. Give them a ring. All as you do is say no. Well, I think you can buy chippers if you've got wood to chip. You can hire them, wood chippers. It comes in very useful. So we know there's plastic under there because we put it there and we videoed it. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? It's a bit of an upgrade on the plots. Onwards and upwards. Got some greenhouse tape, and we've got Storm David coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more tape around this and onto this panel, because this panel here, which I'll show you, this panel is susceptible to being blown out with the wind. So I need light Corex type stuff. So I'm going to do this. Very strong and water resistant tape. And the best way to do it is to cut small lengths of it. So small lengths about that, and I'll just put them along the edge here. it's useful, this, because it doesn't decay in UV lights, you know. It's not like sellotape. It's specifically designed for greenhouses, hothouses, and repair tape for polytunnels. So there. Some down the bottom here, because when the wind gets in the greenhouse, it tends to act like a wind tunnel, really strong, and it will blow these panels out, and that's what's been happening. You can feel the draft coming through the gaps from the panels there. The wind's starting to pick up a bit now. It's a prelude to a storm. If there is a storm coming, it's always better to get down to the allotments and do this kind of job rather than to arrive and try and clean up after the damage, which is not a good thing. From experience, I can tell you, you don't want to be doing that. Put this all around the panel, and that should help do the job. So I hope you've enjoyed your look around the plot and what's been happening today. Yeah, it's okay, it's progressing well. Every year is different. We don't know from one year to the next how it's going to pan out, and this time of year is as well as being exciting, it can be a bit a bit of trepidation, you know, for many reasons really. But we carry on, don't we? I mean, the main thing about gardening is you have optimism and you believe in tomorrow. That's the main thing about having a garden and having an allotment. Obviously you don't need an allotment to grow things. You can grow anywhere, and I'll be doing a series of videos One from the home garden in the near future, when Storm David is come and gone. And we'll talk about other ways that you can garden perhaps at home, a kitchen garden if you like, and especially if you've got no soil to garden in. So I'll do a series of videos about that if you're interested. It'd be interesting to know what you think of these videos and the format that we're taking. We're trying to be a bit different, I suppose. I don't know whether we are, though. Are we any different? No, I don't think we're... Probably not, no. It's probably more the same, but less of the talking heads. Although you've got a talking head now. I do get a bit tired of people on YouTube telling me what to do and how to garden, and it's a bit patronising as well. So we want to reduce on that, and we want to just let the images and the silence and the experience of gardening take over, because that should be centre stage at the end of the day. That's what we should be concentrating on, in my humble opinion. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then give us a thumbs up. Like the video. Share on your social media feed. Leave a comment. And subscribe to the channel. It does help the algorithms, apparently, so I'm told. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next vlog, video, gardening update, whatever it is. See you soon. Bye.